Good to be with you today. We come towards the end of our Lenten journey. We come towards the end of that journey from Galilee to Jerusalem with Jesus and his disciples. We come towards the end of our journey from the ashen cross of our mortality to eternal life. This Sunday is Palm Sunday, and we celebrate that entry, that destiny. But before we get to the meditation, just a couple announcements. One, I know a number of you are getting texts or emails from me asking about a gift card. They are not from me. Do not answer them. Don't go buy anything. Don't do anything with those. I will never ask you for a gift card. I have the ways and the means to help people out without sending out emails and text messages. So please be aware. One, I'm happy that you want to respond, that you want to help, but we also need to be safe. There's really nothing I can do about it. It doesn't come from my email. It doesn't come from my phone number. It just puts my name on it. So just be safe. Again, those are not from me. And also today, the Iowa Falls Ministerial Alliance will have their last Lenten lunch. That's at noon today at the Bethany Lutheran Church. And our brothers and sisters at the Congregational UCC Church are responsible for the lunch. And Pastor Lisa Robeson will preach. And I hope to see you there. So back to Palm Sunday. This entry into Jerusalem, we find it in all four Gospels, which tells us this is an important time for the early church because all of them were sharing the story. But all of them tell the story in different ways. We are going to be in the Gospel of Luke. And if you know me, I don't mix the stories together, so we'll just pay attention to how Luke tells us. One of the things about Luke, there is no palm branches and there is no Hosanna, but there is shouting and there is cloaks on the road. If you've ever been to a parade, as I'm sure many of you have, parades are quite noisy. They're quite loud. You've got all the people marching on the street, you've got the engines, you've got people yelling. They're noisy, they're loud. But Jesus is pretty quiet throughout the whole thing. So in the Gospel of Luke, people put their cloaks, they take off their coats and they put it on the road. And my question has always been why, right? This is not really a habit of ours, right? I like to keep my jackets clean. I'm not throwing them on the road. Why do they do that? Well, I think there's a couple reasons. One, I think throwing your garment on the road in front of somebody else to walk on is this gesture of hospitality, this gesture of respect, this gesture of love. But I also think there's another reason. I think they put their cloaks on the road to quiet some of the noise. The horses that would have been around and all the feet shuffling on the road, the clip-clopping of the colt would have made a lot of noise. By putting cloaks on the road, you would soften some of that noise. And why would they want to do that? So their voice could be heard. And what is it they want to be heard? They want people to know that the King of Peace is arriving, the King of Grace is arriving. But they also want their voices of protest to be heard. They want their voices of the injustices that they've experienced in this world to be heard. We all want our voices to be heard, right? But we often have this way about silencing other voices, of trying to shuffle people back, and we find it in Luke. the Pharisees come to Jesus and he tells them, tell your people to shut up. Right? We don't want to hear about injustice. We don't want to hear about oppression. We don't want to hear about love. And Jesus tells them, if those human voices were quiet, creation would scream nonetheless. We can't quiet the voices. God is always out there and about, revealing the injustices in the world, revealing those places where there is no peace, where love is hard to come by. As Christians, it's our job to listen to the voices, to hear what they have to say, and then join in trying to correct that. So my question for you today is, are you listening to the voices? Or are you trying to put them aside? We'll see you soon.